Welcome to 2 on the 10.
2 on the 10, we back in the building.
Yes, sir.
I'm Paul.
I'm Mitch.
Greedy Nick.
Greedy.
Grady. Hey, don't say your name before you sip.
Say your name, Destiny's Child.
I had a little something
Say
in my
my
throat.
name. Say my name.
Need to
Hey,
get
I
a
want
little
to say something real quick. I want to make a quick shout out. One new person that's been watching the show. Shout out to our friend of the show, Miranda. She's been checking out the show
There we go.
and absolutely loves it. Says we're characters, stuff. Gives good feedback. And says that not only is she gonna support the show, but even go up to her friends' phones and have them follow, even if they don't follow the show. So
you go.
hey, hopefully
Yeah.
one day they do follow the show. One thing I did think was pretty funny. She did give some constructive criticism too. We can always take that, good, bad, and different.
I love
Hey,
it.
comment, subscribe, share, like, all that stuff.
Yep.
But one thing she said that had me cracking up was that
More Greedy Nick?
no, actually the opposite. But no, she actually said that the music to start the show does not match our personalities.
Oh, okay.
She actually said that the music to start the show seemed more like 80-year-old New Yorkers that go to Florida to die. That's the type of music they listen to.
Well, hold on, but Nick's a New Yorker.
Yeah.
And you're 80 years old.
And you keep that talking, you about to die. So.
And if you keep eating Burger King instead of Chuck Box.
So the shit worked for us now. We're looking to that. We're looking to it, man. I don't know. It'll be hard to kind of change because that's like, I don't know. I kind of got used to it. It's like a persona, I don't know.
Sometimes you go against the grain,
I know.
Like three wise men,
I know. I'm bad with change. I am. I'm bad. Like, I get stuck in my ways and stuff like that. It's not always a good thing, but I get into a routine. I like it. It is what it is. I'm old school like that. But anyway, speaking of routine, how was your weekend?
Mine was good. I mean, of course, this was a different weekend because it was Thanksgiving. So,
Okay.
started the staycation streak up.
You started to back up.
Yeah, the streaks got to go back.
Yeah, exactly.
So actually, was cool because we spent Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then leave Monday. Mm-hmm. So obviously that's Thanksgiving Eve. Technically used to be the biggest party day of the year. Right. I don't see that anymore, but it was a good, Wednesday night.
I don't know. Wednesday night was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I was out with Nick.
Good.
Nick,
No, I remember we got phone calls from you guys too.
Yeah. And it was pretty busy for a little while. I think it gets busy earlier.
Yeah.
And then everybody dies out. Got to go.
Yeah, it's a different party crowd than back in the day when everybody kept the party going till 2, 3 after party at someone's house type stuff.
Yeah, that was
Now it's like everybody shows up. Honestly, does their shopping, gets their dinners ready the night before, gets all their last minute preps, and then shows up to have a few drinks, it seems like, and then cuts out about 10. Yeah. That's what it seems like the new age is.
Yeah, because we got done around about
11:30?
Yeah, 11:30 and something like that. Our girls wanted to keep going. I was like, no, we had to put the kibosh on that. That was they get together. It's trouble.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't bring the triplet over there with them. That'd have been
if you'd brought your girl, it would have been all bad. We would not have made it to Thanksgiving.
In all fairness, we were all the way. I was probably the one. We were all the way back to the hotel, and we started getting phone calls. And what's it called? We grabbed some food real quick, and she's like, "No, come on," because I was like, I probably was one. Hey, you want to get an Uber and go across town? And I'm glad we didn't because I heard you all left right after that.
Yeah, man.
And it would have been. We also this was our first Thanksgiving, so we also wanted to make sure we were on best behavior. Didn't go too hard in the paint, Wednesday night, because we had a couple Thanksgivings. So I'll say. What's it called? We did Thanksgiving at Papa Bear's.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they got to meet Chris and
there you go.
And so man, she just loves Papa Bear Reese and everything, and got to meet the family, and everything. And Ken was there, Steve was there, so it was cool.
Steve was there. Okay.
Yeah, Steve was there.
Yep.
Obviously you guys were mentioned, and stuff. And they asked about you guys. I know everybody was invited, so it was really cool. You know how Papa Bear gets down with
definitely food. Yeah.
So that was amazing. And then after that, we went to B-Rod's house.
Okay.
And he had the night party, so that was really cool. I mean, he smoked a turkey, smoked a honey baked ham, or no, was it? No, he smoked actually. Yeah, smoked. And man, came out.
Yeah, we had talked about.
That's right.
Me and Brianna had talked about it because I fried my turkey, and he said he smoked. I've never had a smoked turkey, so
it was legit. And the funny thing is, when we left, Ms. Girl Lisa was packing in our to-go bag and stuff. Oh, you guys can keep it. Man, we didn't have that much room in the fridge.
Right.
She was handing us all sorts of stuff. She handed us pie. She handed us this. She handed us a whole can of whipped cream.
Oh.
Started cracking up.
Hold on. What?
Pause. And so
No one ate the pie, but the whipped cream was
And
good.
here's a
The
funny
whipped cream
story.
get used?
So we
see how they
I
gloss
bought the
over
beer.
that.
I bought the beer at 10:45. But also what was funny though, is, of course, then we wanted a little bit of time to stuff, so we went to a quick sidebar for a second just to have one or two drinks.
Okay.
And it was funny. We had all this food in this
What was
bag.
open? What was open on Thanksgiving?
There was a few spots. Actually, we went to a spot called Hiatus.
Okay.
My boy Adam, shout out to Adam. He's he'll be back in 5 years. But shout out to him. He
Oh, you got to take a little hiatus.
yeah, you got to do his duty to society.
Do his little stint.
But anyway, so anyway, we went over to that spot, and it was funny because we were talking to the new owner, super cool lady. I met her before, and so we were just talking, and we're like, "Hey, do you want a pie?" And she goes, "Do I want a pie? Do you want a pie?" She goes, "Look behind you." And then there was this whole tray of food and hella pies and everything.
Oh, wow.
So I'll let you have 3 pies, whatever. Wow. And so, but it was cool just to take a couple drinks, chilling, and call it a night. So those first 2 days were cool. Friday was more typical. Just we actually did. We actually also what's it called? Food spots wise. We got the whole gamut. We wanted sushi, and Wednesday we're trying to figure out where to eat real quick. I'm jumping back to Wednesday, and we're like, we don't want to go heavy because we're gonna go out later or whatever.
Yep.
Man, and Chris was like, man, we just saw Raw on Val Vista, and I'm like, she goes, let's go to Raw. They probably got happy hour right now, and it was like 2:30. We pull in, and honestly, that's the only reason I would go to Raw. I'm not hating on them, but come on, man,
Dude, I haven't been to Raw. I can't tell you.
remember when Sunday nights used to pop back in the
Yeah,
years ago?
but I'm talking about probably
10 years.
yes, at least. I mean, at least. Last time I got there, I got food poisoning, and I stopped going a long time ago.
That's why they call it Raw. No, I'm playing.
The shit was raw.
Yeah, and so we went there and we were sitting around for a second. We're like, man, happy hour didn't start for another.
I don't mean to
40
cut you off.
Yeah.
What's the sushi spot that your girl was telling me about?
Okay, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get
Okay,
to that.
okay, cool.
I'm gonna get to it. For
I've been
sure.
trying to remember.
No, so for sure, I got that. That's in my food notes, of course, because it kind of preludes this. So, what's it called? So, we go. We're sitting down around for a second. We're about 45 minutes away from happy hour. We look at the happy hour prices. We're like, oh, $1 off sake bomber. Great. So it's only $12 for a sake bomber right now. The rolls, $13 rolls. You know what I mean? And just regular rolls and shit. And I mean, I'm not being cheap about it, but I already knew we're gonna spend tamari money at raw sushi at 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Right.
And again, I just was gonna be disappointed. So I was like, let's get up and leave. I just tipped for the waters. Let's walk out, and we still wanted sushi. It just didn't feel right being a raw, honestly. Not for what we looked. I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, man, I'm not even excited about this.
Right.
My tab's gonna be $140.
Right.
I want to be excited about this.
Right.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, we settled, And so we ended up going over to AJ's real quick. It's like, they got live sushi makers in AJ's.
Right.
Went over to AJ's. Man, they whipped. They whipped some stuff up for us. Man, I thought it was really good. The pictures. I mean, if you guys saw the pictures on Facebook, man, just vibrant. Like the ahi tuna is bright red. I mean, it was good. The Chicago roll was money, and it was like. They had a happy hour about 2:30. It was like $40. $40.
AJ's.
Yeah, AJ's.
AJ's fine food.
Yes, they have a sushi center right in the middle.
But you said they also have a happy hour.
Well, happy hour for the sushi price.
Oh, sushi prices. Okay,
If I'm not
I
mistaken-
thought you go there to go drink.
You might be able to pop bottles there if I'm not mistaken. Because I remember
Really?
years ago you could at certain ones.
Okay.
After checking it, so we had the sushi, whatever.
be fucked up.
And then I'm gonna jump to Saturday with food spots and what we did. So had to go grab the bike. Took for a ride. Went to farmers market downtown Gilbert. Of course, had to go see our boy Rand Dizzles,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
was supposed to be on the show today.
Yes.
Let's just go ahead and admit.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that.
You owe me a Kong burger.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get you on, man.
And I'll say this though. So we waited I normally don't wait in lines, but we waited about 30, 40 minutes. The girls went and looked around. Me and B-Rod were there. And so I got this time I tried the PBJ. Money. So much flavor.
Right.
So much flavor on that. And then I also tried his breakfast taco.
Okay.
Phenomenal with the egg, the runny egg,
There you
and
go.
the carne asada. Probably one of the best breakfast tacos I've had. I'm not trying to even hype it up. Chris went back to the same thing, her Hatch green chili burger, or green habanero whatever burger. So that was money. And then I think B-Rod had the King burger, which is one patty less than the Kong that I had last week. And it was money. So we did Rand Dizzles, and then actually after that we ended up seeing you.
Yeah.
So we saw the ASU U of A game. at Paul's house.
Came through, baby.
Yep.
Go Wildcats, bro. Yeah. We got that ass, boy. We got that ass on Saturday.
Pause.
Hey, You got in that ass, motherfucker.
Pause. And so, yeah, so I mean, so yeah, no, it was, and then let me see if, so then the next thing I'm gonna say is that we kind of wanted more sushi for whatever reason. So actually, on what night was it? Was it Friday night, Saturday night? I can't even remember.
It had to be the night because I asked.
No, no, you're right. It was Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night.
I'm jumping all over the
Yeah,
board.
yeah, because she told me about it when you guys were over here.
So we ended up going to the spot I was at. It's a cool little spot on Power Road, Power and basically Southern, where the Target is, where the old where one of the old pizza spots is on the side of the Target, right? You know, whatever. It's called Sakura. All you can eat sushi. I want to say dinner time is $26 a person.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, it is money, especially the later you get when they have 3 people, you know, the chefs back there, and they're whipping it up, and then you know it hands it over to you fresh.
You guys got, have sake bombs too. I don't know what. Every time I have sushi, I got.
I did too. I had Kieran Lights. I didn't do the sake, but I did the Kieran Lights. I had to at least have a Japanese beer.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'll tell you this, man. The roll that gets the Vulcan roll, and then as far as they only do singles each time because they don't want you to sit there grazing. But I did the crab stick with the rice, and then also the tuna. You know,
So they give you one piece of sushi.
I mean, again, for that one, you can order a lot of stuff. You can order 5 different ones, but they'll give you one.
Gotcha. For each. Okay, got you.
So you get a crab stick, you get a sashimi with tuna. You know,
They bring it out to you, or is it on a conveyor?
No, they bring it out to you. It's
Okay,
90
got
minutes.
you.
And it's all made fresh.
Really?
But the Vulcan roll is amazing.
But you can order 5 different rolls
Yes,
at one time.
they'll bring them all out. I mean, it got to the point where we ordered twice. And I'm sitting, she got the seafood fried rice, I got the beef fried rice. I mean, it's a big, you know, you can do a lot of different things there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and man, it was amazing, and it was too much food.
Really?
Like we left like 4 rolls.
Really?
Like I was like, I can't do it. And yeah, so it's worth the value. And the funny thing is, she sat there and goes, "I know this sounds crazy. I'm not going to say it." I go ahead and say it. She goes, "I don't know. This might be better than tamari." I'm like, "What? Now you're crazy."
See, she's been drinking.
Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah. You know, Chris. No, I'm just kidding. And so anyway, but no, it is really good. And I thought it was very, very. Their best rolls are very close. That's what I'll say. I'll say that. So definitely shout out to Sakura, Power Road.
So try the Vulcan roll.
Yeah, the Vulcan roll for sure.
Okay,
Vulcan roll for sure. And I mean, definitely can't go wrong with that. And it's all you can eat, $26 for dinner. So definitely check that out. And they stay open late. They stay open till like 10.
Okay.
And so yeah, so
I'm definitely going to mess with it this weekend for sure.
yeah, so yeah, I think that was pretty much my weekend. The staycations, the food spots, and you know the back and forth. So
The whipped cream.
and the whipped cream.
Okay. Greedy, how was yours, man?
You know, it was good. Finally starting to get over this sickness that's had me knocked out for about 2 weeks. But
Yeah, you starting to feel better?
The
shit.
HIV is a bitch.
still got a little bit of the cough.
The HIV.
Man, this cough will not go away. I know my girl's been sick since she had a cough since Halloween. She still has it. Can't shake the cough.
Can I say this real quick, not to interrupt, but I was just gonna. It was actually gonna be my thought of the day. I'm hearing that there is some like right now. There's supposedly some chest colds that are going around that are pretty serious and pretty heavy right now.
Yeah, a guy at my work they told him he has bronchitis and something else, and he's a bad cough. And I'm like, that's the same thing I've had for like 3 weeks.
And there's some people are trying to insinuate it's the next wave, like kind of like.
Well, I know there's a big respiratory thing going on in China right now
Yep.
with the children, though. You know, it didn't work to get the adults sick, so now they got to go after the children. You know,
But you saw the thing I sent you today, right? With Iceland?
Yeah, I breezed over it real quick. Yeah.
Okay. We got to double check that
yeah.
before we put that on.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. We got to check our sources. You know,
Yeah.
2 on the 10 is very authentic. We check all our sources.
But it's COVID related, so.
No, exactly, and we got to watch these words. Otherwise, we'll get pulled from YouTube again. But yeah, no. So just one thing, I didn't want to interrupt that, but again, yeah, that respiratory stuff is going heavy, and some people are really thinking it's this season's wave of whatever, you know, that could get super serious.
Of whatever.
Of whatever.
Okay, that's what we're calling it.
that's how
This season's wave of the boogeyman.
Okay, that's what we're calling it.
get ready for next year's vaccination for the cough,
For the whatever.
Yeah, for the whatever.
whatever. So you know, I got
Take your
to
CMOS.
I got to watch the ASU U of A game.
Yeah.
You know, I
Nick,
called.
tell me how that went.
You know, I called a couple of my friends that are big ASU fans, and you know, Paul was gracious enough to open his home to, you know, some people to watch the game, and you know, I invited a few ASU friends over, and you know, like Brad and Ken, you know,
Papa Bear.
none of them showed up for some reason.
Well, you know what? Nobody even responded to my text. It was so weird.
So the people that at home know So, Paul, you went to U of A, right?
Yes, sir.
And Nick, you went to ASU, right?
I did, but I'm
Okay, that's all. Case closed.
but I am a U of A fan.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So I grew up, obviously I was still in high school. Paul was playing at U of A. And then a kid that I grew up in the neighborhood, Mike Bibby, used to play ball against him. He went to U of A. So I just naturally was like, man, the people I know are going to U of A. I'm going to root for U of A.
Right.
So I liked U of A basketball. I liked U of A football. And it just kind of stuck with me. Even though I went to ASU, they used to call me a traitor because every year the games would pop up and I'd be rooting for U of A. And they'd be like, why are you rooting for that team? You go to ASU. And I'm like, I went for ASU for the education and for the fun. But,
The education.
that's what they call it.
Like a vocational school.
Oh, my bad. My girl went there too. My bad.
That's right, Chris.
Hey, but yeah, so it's funny that U of A in football has been down for quite a long time.
Right.
And every year the game goes on, I'd still make the bets with my boys and
You bet.
and
doesn't have
go watch the games and hear them talk the shit and
Yeah.
get the texts and the phone calls. But the year that they're kind of down, it's just crickets. Man.
Yeah. Oh, it was so quiet on face. So many guys I know, they ain't say a word, wasn't saying nothing. I forgot to do a little shout out to Marlon. Oh, shout out Marlon. That was a great game. I got
Marlon? Yeah.
I got to hit you up, brother. Don't think I forgot about you.
Speaking of that game gets so serious. I one time witnessed Paul almost getting in a fight with a midget. True story.
Listen. Me and Jimmy are going back and forth, and it's friendly.
Yeah.
And his cousin tries to jump in, and he's serious about it.
How tall is his cousin?
Okay, regardless how tall.
How tall is his cousin? I'm just
He
curious.
was still woofing. You know what I'm saying? So
He was like a miniature wolf.
here's my thing.
Those things like to gossip.
Here's my thing. Regardless, if you big enough to woof, you big enough to get your
I
ass.
don't think he was big enough to wolf.
You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man.
He's big enough to be put in the pocket and walked out.
You know what I'm saying? He's a
You gotta
grown
get
man.
on a step stool
He's
to
a
go.
grown man. He's grown enough to get his ass whooped, and that's what happened. He just took it too
So
far.
I guess Paul, your stance was anybody can get it.
Not anybody. He was a grown man. I mean, he was a short grown man. That's what he was. You know what I'm saying?
So he was at his
He
full,
wasn't like
he was at his full potential.
Exactly. He
Awesome.
wasn't like a kid or nothing. I mean, he was a grown ass man that was short.
All I said is if he came to my door at Halloween, I'd give him some candy. That's all I'm saying. Nick would give him candy every day of the week and sit him on his lap.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. But I'm not gonna let you off the hook too. His buddy started wolfing after.
His buddy was a normal sized guy.
And you were like, you can get the business too. So come on.
At that point, I felt good about myself. So I was like, hey, now I can get into this. There's a regular dude that wants to fight at the bar.
I love it.
So okay, I just wanted to bring up the point that this is a rivalry out here in Arizona.
Yeah. No, we don't play. I mean, rivalry week is always fun. Yeah. I mean, last year was pretty competitive. But they all, both teams always play tough. Even ASU at the end showed a little heart. I mean, we could have ran the score up to 80 if we wanted to, but here's the thing: we're gonna be on top for a little while. We got a good young squad down there, and I'm proud of what's going on. They're building. As soon as they find the $250 million missing money now that they got down there, that probably Sumlin took off with, but they're gonna do big things down there. I think the football team is gonna. We should have literally only lost one game this year. I mean, we took SC to overtime. We took Mississippi State to.
I should have done a lot of shit this year.
But if it was a fifth, we all be drunk. But they're going to do a good bowl game this year, and I'm happy for them. So,
Okay, there you go.
and we're already talking about the young quarterback. Talking about might be in Heisman conversation. So
There you go.
yeah, it was good, man. Good, definitely.
So yeah, I did that.
I like how we go back. Okay. Oh, back to Nick. And back to Nick.
Yeah. Now, what else did you do?
Oh, yeah, by the way, what are we doing tomorrow? Oh, sorry, Nick.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I made some baked ziti for Thanksgiving.
How was it?
It was good. It was good, and
You ain't bring me none?
mashed that. And there wasn't much left, so
Bullshit.
it's good though. I'll make some one time for the show. I'll bring it in.
Good, seriously.
Some good Italian food.
Yep.
So I do all the Italian for the family for all the holidays. So I'll probably do like a lasagna for Christmas.
So is it Arizona style Italian food?
No, it's New York Italian. It's a family recipe passed down from
By way of Arizona?
generation to generation. So yeah, and then I hit a couple good food spots. I was out at up in North Valley on Sunday visiting my brother, and he lives right over in the Biltmore, so I had to stop and got some Z's Greek. Got me their marinated chicken platter, which I really like. Just a really good, clean, delicious chicken and rice and potatoes and mash that out.
Potatoes, grain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't they got a Z's Greek over here in Chandler?
No.
I swear. I
wish.
I thought they had. I've seen it somewhere.
Yeah, it's
over there.
44th Street in Indian School.
Ah, maybe that's what.
40th in Indian School,
Maybe that's
41st.
what- Okay.
So, but that place is good, and yeah, just kind of laid low and hung out and had a good time, and looking forward to towards the holiday.
There you go. There you go. Well, like I said, I saw Nick on Wednesday. Got kind of turned up, but I had to slow that down because went up to my mama's on Thursday. That was so dope. It was good to spend time with her. She's having surgery next month, so I just want to make sure
shout out Mom Johnson.
Yeah, definitely make sure I spend as much time as I can. Before she goes into surgery, stuff like that. So she'll be down for a minute. But I fry turkey every year. That's my thing. I've been doing it for the last 15 years, and that's the only way I eat turkey is fried. First of all, you don't have to spend all day with your oven all taken up. In 45 minutes to warm the oil up, an hour to cook the bird. So
There you go.
and it comes out nice and juicy. And the thing about it, people are like, "Oh, I've never had fried bird," or "I don't like turkey." Trust me, the way I make it, it tastes damn near almost like chicken.
I was gonna say that.
It tastes
I
almost
like
like
how
fried
that's the
chicken.
answer for everything.
I know, but it almost say like fried chicken, and that's what people. I mean, we never have any leftover bird. Like my girl this year, she was like, "Oh, we're gonna make turkey sandwich and stuff." I was like, "Yeah, good luck with that." She was like, "Why?" I was like, "Trust me, there's not gonna be any left." And we had two turkey legs left. That's about it.
I'll tell you this. So next year, note to myself: bring fried chicken.
Funny thing is, you said that. My mom was going to fry some chicken because I was going up there instead of her coming down here, and I was like, "Mom, okay, full disclosure, I do not like the holidays. I don't like Thanksgiving. I don't like Christmas. It's the worst time of the year. I hate it. We'll talk about it later. It's so crowded. People are fucking rude.
All you have to do is think Costco.
All this stuff, and it's terrible. But the one thing I do like about Thanksgiving is tradition, being around family and stuff like that. And one of the traditions I have is frying a turkey, no matter unless I'm out of town, which I'll never be, most likely for Thanksgiving. I always fry a turkey, no matter what. So there's no way we're gonna have fried chicken for Thanksgiving. We had catfish, which was really good, and my mom makes this classic mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, with the ham.
Oh my!
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's.
This shit is so fire.
You got any in the fridge?
No, it didn't even make it.
I'm gonna go check.
No,
I'll be right back.
Real talk, it didn't even make it to the next day. My mom's mac and cheese is so good. I mean, I think everybody at this table's
Yeah. Oh.
had it before.
Yeah.
And it's fire. So I love when she cooks. She's kind of passed her spoon on to her husband, but when she,
Isn't he Irish?
I think Joe might be Irish. Yeah, he's a little Irish. He got a little Irish in him.
Maybe you could whip some corned beef and hash or something.
Yeah, something like that. But when she comes in the kitchen, it's lights out. She knows how to she knows how to get down. But no, that was on Thursday, and then on wow. Anyway, y'all are wild, boy. Those are wild boys up in here. Anyway,
Problems.
problems. Yeah. Anyway,
Shout out to the pause game.
on Friday, kind of chilled on Friday because I had a birthday party I had to go to on Saturday, so kind of chilled out on Friday, stayed at home, and
Slummed it.
we do a party for two. Me and my girl go hard on the weekends. All kind of stuff. Yeah,
Pause.
but it was fun. Saturday, Nick came over, you came over. We watched the game. That was a great game. Like I said, I'm so impressed with what they got going on down in Tucson and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what next few years have in store or something like that. So, but no, and then I had to go to a birthday party later on that night. Man, I was tired as hell. It hit me an espresso, but I had to get up for my boy's birthday. Went down to Scottsdale, got a little table down there, and it was about
Which club?
Ride House.
Right house.
Yeah. So it was about
Hey,
30.
my boy, shout out to my boy Graham, one of the managers over there.
Yeah. Okay, Graham's manager over there.
know?
Okay. Yeah. I know him.
I'll tell him.
Yeah. Jim Ray's my boy. If you guys ever need to be hooked up, hit me up. I'll hook you up with boy Jim.
Okay.
He can get your table, whatever. So get your bottle for free for the first one.
There you go.
Yeah. But it was it was cool. Got to hang out with some people I haven't seen for a while, and got tore up on Saturday night. Didn't come home like 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, had to wake up and my girl's head was hurting. She was like, "Oh, my head." I was like, "Oh, that's what you get for drinking all that sugar." See, I drink vodka rocks.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get all them headaches and shit like that.
Exactly. I hate headaches.
Yeah. So, but anyway, you know, chill. And then, you know, got our kid back on Sunday. So we've just been, you know, been chilling, stuff like that, getting ready for the holiday, Black Friday right around it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just passed. So
Yeah, and Black Friday, Cyber Monday. In fact, what's it called? Anybody got any Black Friday? Did you guys do anything Black Friday, or did you guys have any stories or whatever?
gosh, man.
I still get anxiety. I'll go let you guys tell it first, and I'll say afterwards. But I still get anxiety for Black Friday.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's so, I had to go out like, this is on Wednesday to go get, stuff, get ready for Thanksgiving, right? And already the grocery stores are just packed. We had to go to, she wanted to get an outfit for Thanksgiving, so we went to the mall. Huh?
Coles.
I don't fuck with them Coles. What the fuck wrong with you? Anyway.
JCPenney?
You know wrong.
Ain't no wrong. Ain't nothing wrong in those spots. I just had to mess with them.
Yeah. Anyway, because I'm bougie than a motherfucker.
Exactly. That's what it is.
So, but anyway, I take care, take it or go get it. And I swear, people are in slow motion, bro. Slow motion, got nowhere to go, just crowded, just rude, slowing down, or stop in front of you, look in your phone, da 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 da. I'm like,
Constipated.
bro, I'm like, what the fuck? And they doing it on the road too. It's like motherfuckers really don't want to be home. Yeah. They just wandering out in the fucking wild, and it's so
Kind of like Nick when he looks at his sports bets.
and it's so I get so frustrated, man. And that's why I said I really despise this type of year. It's not my favorite type of year. I can't wait till we get to New Year's Eve and pass all this bullshit.
Bullshit.
Really, it's real
Thanksgiving
talk.
and Christmas.
No,
Bullshit.
it is. It's terrible, man. We don't even. Here's the thing: we don't even celebrate Christ anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to take Christ out of Christmas. They're Xmas and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like, what are we doing here? All we doing is feeding the machine. I mean, that's my feelings on the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Is this shit's just corporate at this point. So what the fuck are we doing? That's why last year I took off for a whole month. I got the fuck out of here. It was the best time during the holidays I've ever had because I wasn't here. It was for real. It was
Best holiday we had too.
fuck you too.
I'll say this real quick. I know we're going to talk about Christmas plans down the road.
Right.
But me and my girl were just starting to talk about it because we both at the job site, like what's it called, got like 10 days off.
Right.
Between like the 22nd to the 1st to the 2nd.
Right.
And this is all first for us. Like we've been together 6 months, and so this was the first Thanksgiving.
Right.
And so this is gonna be a first Christmas, and we just decided that we might just again, didn't matter where we're gonna celebrate or whatever. Because again, I kind of agree with you. I'm not really into the holidays. I'm more about who you spend with and the time and stuff. We were talking about maybe just taking a road trip, maybe like hitting Palm Springs and then hitting maybe a trip up and hitting the Bay Area.
Okay.
Maybe,
That'd be dope.
Maybe even seeing Lambert real quick.
Okay.
Whatever, Sac, see my boy Rod, just, go back home for a second and just kind of just whatever is whatever. And just kind of take a trip and come back later.
So the cool thing is like, my girl, I let her decorate, like I said, I got to. So my girl loves Christmas, she loves this time of year and stuff like that. So I got to compromise. Now you're in a relationship now. You got to compromise.
You got to have a Christmas tree. We told you.
You got to have a Christmas tree. All that stuff. You got to have it up now. But I also told her, I said, hey, listen, it ain't all about the present. You ain't got to worry about buying me shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said to my girl too.
Yeah. So it's like, it was like, you're my present. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. I don't need anything else in life. I don't need you to go out there and and spend all this kind of money for some bullshit.
That's funny. I said the same thing. I did say the same thing. I'm not even kidding.
So she compromised. I hope she sticks to it. But compromise on, hey, we're just going to, we'll get up, celebrate Christmas. We'll have our son this year for Christmas. So, we'll celebrate that way. But we're gonna order pizza. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna order pizza and we're gonna watch some. We're gonna watch some NBA games. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of noise for that. I like pizza.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
Pizza.
No, I'll figure out what's open. But it's gonna be chill.
Like Domino's?
Nah, I don't fuck with no Domino's. What's wrong with you, bro?
I don't think they're open on Christmas, are they?
Yeah, I think they are.
But I think a lot of pizza places.
Domino's sell their soul. Come on.
corporate. I told you, a lot of these corporate places are gonna be open. Mom and pop shops may be closed, but
Oh, mom and pop's worth. Any mom and pop worth of shit is closed. I promise you.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
right. But I don't know. We gonna see, but that's a compromise that we have going on, something like that, and then we taking off right after that. So I'm getting excited. I'm excited for the trips. I am excited for the fucking bullshit I got.
So speaking of bullshit and the Black Fridays, anybody did you do anything? Did anybody hit the malls? Did anybody hit Amazons? Did anybody?
I went Black Friday shopping at about 5 p.m. Friday afternoon because I slept in, and we went to Target. That was about it, and a couple other stores. Really wasn't that crowded, to be honest with you. Now maybe we missed the rush, and I was like, "You think the doorbusters are still available?" But,
I mean, what do I want?
but I don't even think they really do that much stuff anymore at any of these stores. Because I remember back in the day, seeing like people lined up outside of Best Buy like a day in advance.
I mean, how cheap's a flat screen TV now?
Well, I know.
Exactly. I mean, that's what's crazy. It's like 75-inch TVs. I just seen it at Costco. Bro, they're like $400.
Yeah, $3.99.
Yeah, exactly.
75
They ain't good
inches.
though. They ain't the good one.
They also spy on you.
I don't know. I saw Samsung, bro.
Yeah, it's probably just a 1080.
The
probably not 4K.
Okay, got you.
All the bells.
I had 4K 4 years ago.
I know. Well, now they got 8K, but what are you going to watch on it?
I mean, it's
I
crazy.
watched 2 on the 10 podcasts. Oh,
So when I first moved in my house, I put like, I have a big wall, and you guys know I have a big wall in my house. So I put this 82-inch TV on it. But don't you know they got almost 100-inch TVs?
yeah, like my boy Beer got a 95-inch.
Yeah.
yeah.
What the fuck? Like, this shit is getting.
I remember when I remember my apartment when I had over at Arrowhead, the one at Arrowhead, you stayed there. I remember when I got the 60-inch and like, oh man.
You thought it was ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Boss hog,
But
huh?
this was also 2012, Got the 60-inch TV,
Well, I was just talking to my buddy George. He just redid his whole house in the Biltmore area, and he's looking to he has a spot. It's like perfect for a 75-inch TV that he like built out. So we're looking at TVs, and he was like, "Should I get the 8K?" And I was like, "What are you going to watch on it? There's not even really 8K content yet that you can really watch. There's a couple things on YouTube, I think, but I'm like, most of the streaming services are probably still 3-4 years off. So why pay the money for something that you're not even going to wait and when the stuff starts coming out, then buy the 8K and upgrade." So he bought a nice Samsung.
Says the guy that bought the Prius early.
Hey, nice.
Okay, nice.
Hey, by the way, George bought he bought a Ford Bronco Raptor.
Oh, those are dope.
That thing is
Those are dope.
with like 28-inch wheels on
Those
it.
are dope.
Really?
No,
It is. Or
I see.
maybe.
Okay, so they different looking because I seen the Ford Broncos before.
Oh, the Raptor.
Raptors,
Really?
Raptors
Okay.
raw. You rarely see it.
Yeah.
You rarely see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Raptor's nasty.
Okay,
It's
all right,
nasty.
all right. I
So-
gotta go check that out.
The
Then.
Raptor Bronco.
Yeah.
Is it electric?
No, it's all machine. It's badass.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fast too.
Yeah.
Really?
So he already had the Ford Raptor truck, and then he saw the Bronco, and had to
Had to have that's boys and their toys. baby.
crazy. He's crazy. He's in Cabo right now. Shout out to George. He just took a PJ down to Cabo to spend.
We should get George on the show. I know he's got a bunch of stories from the Cajun House days
yeah.
to owning what's it called, O'Kelly's.
Yeah.
I mean, owning a couple of the hottest
I can
markets.
see what he's up to, huh?
Yeah,
Is he still designing.
Oh yeah, he's still doing. He's he does a lot of private work, but
Gotcha.
like I said, he just redid his whole house.
Now we should get him on the show.
He took his house from like 1,600 square feet to I think almost 4,000
Oh wow.
out in the Biltmore. So it probably
tripled
tripled or
the
quadrupled
value, quadrupled
value
value.
of his house.
Got you. He went up because they don't got no much land, huh?
No, he went out too.
Really?
On both sides, yeah. There's a big spot. He went out in both, and then he didn't go up that high. He only went up above the garage. He built like his office, big huge office up there with like a workout area, and the house is dope. One thing, his toilet has a fucking remote control.
Oh wow.
And it has like a bidet that you can arm that comes out with squirts, like the front, the back. You can adjust the pressure. You can heat the seat. You can automatically lift and lower the seat
got a
and
question
the
for you.
lid. Yeah,
How long were you in there?
I didn't.
Oh, he was over there using it like a water fountain.
Nick's talking about it. Eyes lit up.
Hey, he was over there like with a water.
I was like,
He
Nick.
was like, "Hey, nobody using this toilet but
Hey,
me."
he looked like a kid at recess.
I was like, how long were you in there?
But the shit was badass.
Literally.
Nick's pushing the button like, I'll be out in a minute. Make that.
I said it's broke. I said it's broke.
No, but I've never seen anything like that. Like digital toilet with a big ass remote that just sits on the wall. You can take off and adjust. Like you can heat the toilet seat if it's too cold when you sit down. Like it's crazy.
I love it.
Don't ask what it costs though, because it wasn't
I love
cheap.
it. I love it. I love it. You go anywhere? You do anything? Black Friday.
Oh, for Black Friday? No. I actually went to the bar.
Do you have any flashbacks?
Yeah, no, okay, so Black Friday, I hate Black Friday, first of all, by the way. For the people that don't know, I used to be in the clothing business. I used to have stores in malls. You know, they're still there. Shout out to Ryan and Guest List. But yeah, we used to be in Fiesta Mall initially. Then we went to, in 1 year, we opened 3 stores in the malls. In 2011, we opened Fiesta Mall. Then I moved to Arrowhead and opened Arrowhead Mall. And then we went to Chandler Fashion and opened Chandler.
Gotcha.
Now we moved all around. We did Desert Sky. We almost tried for Scottsdale a few times, but a lot of politics there. And we also had a friend that owned a store. We didn't want to compete mom and pops, against them. And then finally ended up with a superstore over at Arizona Mills, took over the Kenneth Cole store, 6,500 square feet. That's where we're at still, or there, and he's at now. I got out the game, it just kind of wore on me. But man, I don't know how many years from 2011 on that we sit there, and I remember a lot of times I'd go to your house for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And, I'd have to leave early. And I'd be like, okay, you're eating your turkey, you're getting everything ready, you're like, okay, 6 o'clock, I'll see you guys. I got to run home real quick to my pad on Gilbert. Drive up to the west side, run in real quick, change, get ready, go to the store at 8, for example, Arrowhead Mall. Get there at 8 o'clock. And I'd make sure I was the first person. I'm one of the owners. But I'd make sure I was there. I didn't want people to get pulled from their families too early. I go, look, we're opening the gate at 10 o'clock. You guys get there at 9:45. Get there 15 minutes early. I'll get there at 8. I'll prep everything, whatever. And once we open the gates, 10 o'clock. So I'm there at 8 o'clock at night on Thanksgiving after eating turkey. You know how tired you are after eating turkey on Thanksgiving? And I'm trying, I got like 3 Red Bulls and coffees and I'm, ready to go. And don't worry, that rush keeps your adrenaline going. I mean, I remember that little store we had in Arrowhead. I remember we had like a lot. I would close, I don't even think it was legal because the malls, I would close the gate, let people in and out, open it up, let them in and out. We had a line down the building. And I remember we had a constant rush from like 10 o'clock to like 2 in the morning. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, to 2 in the morning. Then it just died at 2 in the morning.
Yep.
All the young kids leave. And then I sent everybody home because at that point everything's dead. And I'm just sitting there from 2 to 8 o'clock in the morning. Wow. And by 7 o'clock, I'm sitting there, coffees and all passing out, like waking up. Once you hit 5 a.m., no one's coming by in the mall till like 1 person per hour, maybe.
Right.
And it's a different crowd than, the hip crowd.
Right.
And so by the time I get out at 8, I go across the street, pass out, and then wake up to all the calls of what you need, whatever. Now I'm going to the Chandler store. And it was just crazy. So, I got flashbacks, anxiety.
Do you miss it?
No. Not one bit.
He said no.
Not one bit. I like the story. I like what it helped me do.
Right.
I like, just the experiences. Nick, you helped out, and
I did a lot of Black Fridays out in Chandler. Yeah. I always just liked it because growing up, I never really had any kind of retail job. I I went straight into like business world and other than a quick stint at Albertsons, but so I just found it fun. It was fun to just hang out and do the Black Friday thing, but it's definitely wearing and it's definitely tiring. And like you said, you get that adrenaline rush when the doors open and goes. But by the time you hit like 2, 3 a.m., like you said, it's just you're starting to fall asleep.
You're running
off fumes.
You're running off fumes.
And then you wake up and all day the next day and all day the day after, all day, Friday, all day Saturday. It's busy, busy, busy. So yeah, it's like back to back to back days, just grinding you out 10, 12-hour days.
I hear you.
So,
It's good times.
Good times. Speaking of
good memories.
and good memories. Speaking of good times, we got Puff Daddy Part 3 that we talking about.
I just think, and again, it's not even funny, but it kind of is ironic.
Right.
He made a song, I Need a Girl Part 1, I Need a Girl Part 2.
Yeah.
Man, it looks like I touched the girl Part 1, I touched the girl Part 2, and now it looks like I touched the girl Part 3 inappropriately.
So, I mean, last week we kind of touched on the show. He settled with Cass, his longtime girlfriend, stuff like that. And, I think I talked about, settling, stuff like that. And this is one of the blowbacks from settling is when people know you have money and you settle, then they smell blood in the water. And all these people are going to start coming out and, maybe the stories are true. Maybe they're embellishing on some of the stories. Maybe, things did or did not happen. But you're going to start getting these people coming out of woodwork because now it's a money grab at this point. And so, regardless on if you're right or wrong when you start selling you're going to look bad in a court of public opinion. And I think that's what's going on right now. I mean, we may or may not have another Bill Cosby situation on our hand, but come on, man. It's like I said. Okay, so and I know I can get myself in trouble here, but fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. You know, because I went back and forth this week on this. Is they say, oh, trauma doesn't have a time limit on it. It's just, I get it, but it's just so funny to me that when you see one person say, oh, this happened to me, they got paid, and they say, you know what?
So you think it's a different Me Too movement?
I don't know if it's a different Me Too movement. It just, to me, it's a money grab. It's like when you.
Me too. I want some money. Me too.
Like me too.
Right.
You touch me too.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying is like, or here's the thing. Like you said, Hollywood, it does some funny stuff go on. I'm sure it does. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to add a different perspective. I'm going to get back to Conspiracy Mitch for a second, and I'm going to say this, that maybe the people that run all the weird shit in the weirdest places and maybe it's his time. Like maybe they're like, okay, we're done with you. You served your purpose and now we're done with you. Again.
Like
Build
there's
them
no
up,
more,
knock
there's
them
no,
down.
there's no more protection?
Yeah, kind of like, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like, okay, hey, you've done everything. You're not of value to us anymore,
Well, Paul, there's two new cases that have popped up. One of the cases, a female, Jane Doe, accused Diddy and Aaron Hall of assaulting her and her friend back in the early 90s.
And for those that know, Aaron Hall was in the group Guy.
Yep.
Yes.
They met Diddy and Aaron Hall at an MCA event. Diddy invited him back to Aaron Hall's for an after party. Supposedly, like Diddy went in and forcibly took advantage of Jane Doe and then left the room. And Aaron Hall came in and they basically swapped. And they did the same thing to the two girls. And then I guess a couple days later, I don't know if the girl was like tripping out about it, but Diddy showed up at the place she was staying and like threatened her and like choked her out because I guess she was going to talk or something to try to shut her up. So that's one of the suits that's going on right now. And then the other one is a girl named, I think it's Joey Dickerson Neal. She said Combs drugged and assaulted her back in the 90s when she was still in college. She also accused him of recording the incident and then sharing it with his buddies.
Okay, so we're talking
Kind of like what they did with Cassie.
So we're
too.
thinking about 25 years, right? Yeah. So 25 years has gone back. You're sitting on this the whole 25. I'll even give it to you. Okay, over 30 years, right? You see this Me Too movement coming out, right?
I was kidding, by the way. On that. I was just saying,
No.
Me Too, as in
No. I know what you're saying. I know, but I'm just playing devil advocate on that. You see all these celebrities. What's that? Weinstein, go down. You see Bill Cosby go down. You see R. Kelly go down. You got all this movement. Why not come out there and say, oh, Puffy's just like these cats too? But no, you wait another 5 years, and then say, oh, you know what? Cass has got some money. You know what? That happened to me too. I want some money too.
I'll say this, and I'm not defending it necessarily because for everybody that there really is a case on, there's people that make shit up, and that ruins it for the people there's real situations on. I do question the timing and stuff, and what's the real motivations behind it. Mm-hmm. But I also say, again, they did say it's trauma, and I'll say this: if anybody ever experiences trauma at any level, a lot of times trauma still lasts with us, and we're dealing with trauma to this day. Like I'll say this: I've had trauma as a kid, or whatever. And unless, it gets solved some way or another, you still act up on that trauma. I know a lot of people with trauma and hurt and whatever it is, and you think you can handle it or you do, but again, at a certain point, maybe, and I'm trying to put myself in another person's shoes, think, outside the box, maybe at that point they're encouraged to step forward. It's enough encouragement to not be by themselves, put themselves on an island, because it might be intimidating to go against that. I mean, again,
hold on. If you're in the right and this happened to you, come out, speak on it.
But again, hey, guess what?
You're talking about powerful men.
Yeah.
And I think what the Me Too movement did was it let women know that, they didn't have to be scared of these powerful men.
But that's what I'm saying. So when it was a rash of people coming forward, like on all these powerful men, all these people in Hollywood, stuff like that, right? Saying, this happened to me, this happened to me, this happened to me, right? It came like right after another.
Here's my thing.
Okay, at that point, you're not the only one in.
Well, I think part of the issue right now is why a lot of this is coming up in New York is New York did a look back. They enacted a look back law where you have a year, basically anything that's like any kind of sexual assault that happened, even if it's past the statute of limitations.
And the Statute of Liberty.
They give you a year to file a suit against the person, and then the police would look into it. After that, they're going to end the statute of limitations. So they basically took the statute of limitations and said, we're going to open it back up to go back.
We're going to extend. We're going to extend it another year.
We're going to give you 1 year, even though maybe the statute of limitations has been up 15 years. It's too old to try to. We're going to give you this 1 year to open everything back up and say, hey, this is your chance. Now's your chance. You got a year to do what you need to do.
So you're saying somewhere in 2023, between just say May of 2023 and May of 2024, in that little
window
open that
it's calling it a look back window where they can even stuff that's 30, 40 years old that would be well past the statute of limitations.
Look back at it.
They can go back and then open a case against those people. And then once it's up, if you didn't claim it in that year, they're saying we're not going to just keep extending it. Once that year's up, it's up.
If it's up, then it's up.
Yep.
Like the young folks.
So that's why you're seeing a lot of this. I mean, there was another, I think the president of Bad Boy, I think he has a case against him now for sexual assault by a former Bad Boy employee. There's a lot of it that you're going to see over the next couple months as we get closer.
There's more. The floodgates are open.
To get closer to that deadline, especially in New York, and I think there's a couple other states that enacted a similar thing.
All you have to do is go to 50 Cent's Instagram page, and he'll keep you posted on all the latest Puff Daddy. He takes straight shots at him.
50 Cent don't give a fuck, man. But he came out. I mean, when 50 came out, he fucking ruined Ja Rule's, career. He'll take your career out. You talking about a powerful ass man? That dude will take your ass out.
But again, hey, real quick though, like let's say something happened and you're the average person.
Okay.
Who are you gonna go to? Who are you gonna tell? I mean, at a certain point,
The police?
okay, what proof do you have? It's you against them, and then if you're ready to lawyer up, you're gonna go get a public defender. What lawyer is gonna take the case pro bono, or are you gonna put up? If Diddy could put up $500,000, $1 million on his case, how are you going to fight that lawyer with that reputation?
And you don't know who Diddy's got, on his payroll in his pocket.
Yeah.
Hiring all the police officers as private.
But again,
like
again, why bring it up now?
Or how about this? Let's just go another thing. If he has videos of you, maybe at one point you just want to play nice to stay away from everything. It's not motivating enough. I don't want these videos released. I don't want them leaked. I don't want to be embarrassed. I just try and put that in. Again, I'm just trying to think all aspects. And then all of a sudden you hear another case. And I know for everyone this happens, there's probably 2 or 3 that ruin it for people that actually get hurt. Again.
And this is where I'm getting. This is where I'm getting at. This is why I'm so mad about this thing, because there are actual sexual assault victims that are out there, and you just said it. They ruin it for people that actually get, instead of coming out, and making it look like a money grab, which it looks like it to me. And that's why what I was saying, it's a double-edged sword about settling, because when you settle, they say you settle because you're going to pay more money in legal fees. Because when you go through a lawsuit, the people who get rich is the lawyers.
No, of course.
You know what I'm saying? You may be able to go back and get some, some damages from whoever wins or loses, but the lawyers who make out, who are the actual winners in this whole thing. So that's why you want to minimize the amount of money that you're going to put out, and he's still, not saying, hey, this is not a mission of guilt. This is just to say, listen, I don't want, I'll give you $1 million so I don't have to pay $6 million to my lawyer, you know what I'm saying, to prove that I'm right. But the problem is, once you do that, you open the floodgates and people are like, okay, well, if I come out and say some outlandish stuff, then, Puffy don't want to, fight this, then he's going to give me $1 million too. And then the next girl, he's going to give me $1 million. There could be one, and that's what I'm saying, there could be one of the girls in there that this shit really happens.
It could be, but I mean, again, I hate to judge somebody. I think Diddy's dirty as hell. I mean, and that's been, I've heard the rumors for years. I mean, for decades.
Right.
And I've heard all sorts of stuff that's been going on. And
The
again,
opinions of Mitch Titano are Mitch's and Mitch's and alone, and
right.
have no bearing on the 2 on the 10 podcast.
I'm just saying.
say.
I'm just saying. Here's the thing. I have 2 girls, right? If any one of my girls came to me and told me that I was sexually assaulted in some type of way, there's something going to be done about it.
Oh,
you know,
okay. No,
you know
I
what I'm
get it,
saying?
I get
It's
it.
like, I mean, I'm not saying, yeah, I'll probably go out and beat somebody's ass, but it's going to be brought to light.
How about
You
if
get
they're
what I'm saying?
that afraid and 10 years later they step back and say, hey, something happened? What are you going to say? Too late?
No, I'm saying what happened, and we're gonna go after it right soon as you bring it to my attention.
Oh, we know.
We're addressing it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you, it's
But
like
it's not like we're not gonna go on the coattails of oh, this girl just got money.
No, but again, I'm not saying that because, again, too many girls do ruin this.
Right.
But again, it's art of war. You're going up against something unstoppable, and then all of a sudden you start seeing chinks in the armor. And while you're hearing this, I got to think that your mind goes, man, fuck that dude. I can do this too then. I mean, I'm talking for the real victims that do happen. And then all of a sudden you see art of war. Am I going to take this dude up head on with no cash flow, with no lawyers, with no team? Again, he's already threatened me with this stuff. He has videos. You're just going to go bury yourself in the sand until you can finally come to terms. And maybe you got just enough strength when you start seeing other people attack him. I go, you know what? I'm going to help take him down.
Right.
Again, I'm not saying for everybody. And again, there's too many people that ruin it. But that's the men. Again.
Now here's the thing. I'm not denying Cass's claims at all, because like Nick just said, okay, maybe it's because, like you said, this New York law, maybe that's why she's bringing it up.
Yeah, but her stuff goes all the way into like the mid 2015.
But she made claims before these people came out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is she's been consistent with her stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying is I'll give her that benefit of the doubt. But these other people, I'm like, come on, you weren't making them claims back then. You was all on Diddy's dick fucking 2 years ago. Where were you 2 years ago?
If that is really the case, then that's something to think about. If it's not, we really would have to put more, at least I would have to look more into the scenario on each situation. I know there's been so many people that speak on Diddy, though. Again, it could be hating, it could be, like I said, Jaguar Wright, Gene, his former bodyguard. Unfortunately, a lot of these other people aren't here. Wolf, I remember when J-Lo incident at the club came in, he tried to shove the gun into the driver's, and try to get the driver to take the charge. Shine, his former artist, took every charge, and Diddy, he was supposed to have his back and then let him go to jail.
Right.
I've heard so much stuff about that dude. It is what it is.
No, I listen. Like I said, I'm speaking on the fact that, like I said, is my frustration is don't ride the coattails of somebody else. I'm like, oh, that was me. Man, it just frustrates me when you open yourself up and that's what I'm saying. It's very hard when you start getting powerful, you start getting money and stuff like that, who to trust at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants you get up there and then people want to, take you out. And I'm not saying Diddy's a motherfucking saint. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, okay, these lawsuits that are coming in after the fact, hopefully they got to be investigated thoroughly.
Oh, of course. And he's gonna have a lawyer.
And I hope they're like baseless claims. That's
But they're from early 90s. How do you even prove that unless
I'm just saying.
It's not the 90s wasn't the digital age where you have text messages and
Right. I'm just saying at this point, I'm Diddy. I'm like, you know what? Let's go. Let's fight this. You know what I'm saying? Enough of this shit, because if you keep settling, you just fucking you giving you more fuel to fire. You can go to do the advice of your lawyer, but if it was me, I'm telling my lawyer, and I know I'm in the right. I'm like,
I'll just say this.
We going. We listen. I'm gonna spend a pretty penny to fight what the fuck's about to go.
They always say that says if there's smoke, there's fire. There's been smoke for over a decade.
Right.
There's been smoke for over a decade. There's so many rumors that have been flying, and again, just going allegations and rumors, but it is not that unbelievable for what's going on right now. That rumor's been going on forever.
I feel you.
You had Aubrey O'Day with Danny DeCane talk about stuff, when that group she was in. She's been saying that stuff for 10, 15 years, but because she's not blown up and famous and she doesn't have that clout level, people just kind of dismiss her to the side. But it seems like what she's talking about is come to fruition and then some. Mm-hmm. And you got gas. Again, sometimes there is strength in numbers, like the old Warriors team. It's like by yourself, you're going to get torn apart.
Right.
and and you're going to get ridiculed, and you're going to put yourself under so much scrutiny that maybe people are afraid of that. And again, I'm not for everybody that really you can't differentiate, right, like who's been hurt and who's not. But for everybody that's been hurt, I know a couple people ruin it, but you definitely don't want to silence the people that have right claims and to trauma. Again, there's no time limit. I mean, there's no time limit on trauma when it comes to people dealing with it. I mean, we know people that deal with shit to this day that has affected them as kids. So again, if you get a chance to get back, and it's really like that, I mean, again, I'm not going to fault that person, but you just hope that they're telling the truth. And
Yeah, I do. And that's the beautiful thing about living here in Arizona. They do have this law that's called frivolous lawsuit. If you bring some bullshit ass lawsuit with it, you can get,
of course,
you can turn around and sue them too. So that's why I mean, like I said, I love living here. Sometimes I don't, but I mostly do love living here. But anyway, all right. Well, maybe we'll come back with Diddy Part 4.
Yeah.
But we'll keep you posted on this story. But we've come to the end of the show. And, when we get to the end of the show, we always got to do our thoughts of the day. Titano, what you got for me, man?
All right, I'm gonna go because I know we actually ran out of time. We had some other subjects we were supposed to talk about.
We'll get back to it.
So one of my thoughts of the day is gonna be on one of the stats I have for one of the relationship topics.
Okay.
And it was basically I saw this article, CBS News and Psychology Today and a few other sources reported that first of all, 50% of women have backup partners in mind when they're in relationships.
So they're called dick in a glass cases. That's what I call them. That's why when,
You call them dicks in glass cases, huh?
Yeah, that's what they are. Dicks in the glass case. You say, oh, the girl says, oh, that's my best friend, and he's a boy. That's a dick in a glass case. That's what it is. Breaking case of emergencies. That's my feelings alone, but that's how I feel about it. So,
and I mean, I'll say this.
I back that study.
Okay. I'll say this. I think guys think they're slick. Guys play checkers. Women play chess. I mean, women are very calculated. Women guys are more almost animalistic. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like when they go about their business, women to me are more emotional and have more of an attachment and are already, again, according to this study, according to psychology, the Psychology Today report, and I did read some of the mental behind that as well too. It's just, again, this doesn't apply to everybody, of course, but I just thought that number was pretty interesting. There was other stats I would love to talk about when we were going to talk about relationship stuff. We'll have to do that on another show. That there was a lot of different stats that, some made sense, some didn't. But again, this one thought of the day was 50% of women have a backup partner in mind when they're in a relationship.
Okay.
Any thoughts on that, Nick?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go home and have a talk. No. But so my thought of the day, and I never put this together, but as I get older, you learn about like the psychology of things. I always thought like when you go into like fast food restaurants as like a kid, they were just ugly. Like McDonald's, everything was like bright yellow. Burger King had like the brown and the bright orange. Even like today, like In-N-Out Burger, everything's red. And
what color do you like?
I found out, no, there's a reason for that because red, yellow, and orange are colors that stimulate hunger. So there's actually like a scientific reason for them to use those. It wasn't just to stand out. Those bright colors that are kind of annoying, like the McDonald's yellow and the Burger King orange and the In-N-Out Burger red. There's actually some psychology behind that says use these colors and it stimulates hunger. So when people come in, they see these colors, it's going to stimulate hunger inside of them.
Okay, so I mean, what colors doesn't stimulate hunger? Because you got Culver's, which is blue and white. You got
the science behind it is the three colors that stimulate hunger are red, yellow, and orange. And I mean, obviously, McDonald's has been the yellow forever. Burger King's been orange, and red. There's a couple different places. I think even Five Guys is red. In-N-Out Burger's red.
I mean, Chick-fil-A is red and white.
Chick-fil-A is red. So those are the three major colors that they talked about, and that's why you see them in a lot of fast food places. Just thought that was interesting.
All right, I'll say that.
I thought of the day, it was interesting that you said for Christmas you were thinking about taking your girl up the coast and stuff like that and getting out of here. My thought is get your family out of here. Don't get sucked up in this. This is kind of my Scrooge coming out of me.
Bah humbug.
But
Go to sleep during Christmas. Wake up after New Year.
no, for real. get out of the house, man. You know, don't get so wrapped up in this, you know, the so-called Christmas spirit. You know, like I said, spend some time with your family and actually get out the house and see.
Paul, you know what happened to the last family that I got out of the house for Christmas?
What's that?
Haven't you seen the movie Home Alone?
Here we go. Anyway,
They got robbed.
Rob.
The whole neighborhood, baby.
Anyway,
I was gonna say, take your family, wash each other.
now, wow.
Give them a bath, clean each other.
Clean their head. Anyway, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, get the fuck out of here, man, for real. All right, I'm out of here, man. We're done. 2 out of 10. Not ya.